Hi guys, karibuni sana to another episode of the Conscious Mind podcast. My name is Shikongwenyi and karibuni sana, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome to the Conscious Mind podcast. We are a mental health / life-based podcast where we have candid dialogues on the human experience, that is life. So, karibu, feel very welcome here. It's a safe space here. We talk about everything and, we just want to be better together. So, karibuni sana. So guys, I want to thank you guys for all the feedback in our last video. You guys are you're really making me to feel like, I can still continue doing this. Yeah, you're making me feel like I am not doing all this in vain. Thank you so much. It's really very encouraging. So today we are going to be talking about low self-esteem and self-love in no particular order. So I'm going to give you a bit of my background in a background experience with low self-esteem, and also tell you a few things that have really worked for me when it comes to using self-love to raise your vibrations and feel good about yourself and feel happy in the skin and in the body that you are in. So I feel like low self-esteem is something that is self-explanatory. Most of us have gone through it if we are not still going through it. So I don't know. I don't feel like that needs an explanation. Low self-esteem is just not feeling good about yourself in general, period. So I don't know. I want to recall the first time I felt low self-esteem as an adult is, I think, when I joined campus. When I joined campus is when I had my first real experience with low self-esteem, because I used to be so self-conscious about so many things that when I think about right now, I'm just like, should have been doing better. But anyway, we move regardless. So that was the first time I really experienced low self-esteem, and it took me quite some time, because I can say throughout campus, I might have looked confident, but I was going through it. I was not in a very positive state of mind when it came to my body and when it came to, even everything else that comes with being Shikongwenyi. So, what I realized with low self-esteem, first of all, it is very much in your head. And the thing with low self-esteem is we usually think that other people are thinking about us so much. Like sasa, like now for me in campus, I'm just like, these people are always thinking about me, about what I wear, about what I say, about, the things I do and the experiences and who I am as a person. And then you get low self-esteem also maybe when you're working, ukiwa job, maybe you're feeling like your colleagues are doing better than you. So low self-esteem, what I'm trying to say is, unakwanga ukifikiria that people are thinking about you and they are not. Honestly, they are not. Because it mainly stems from comparing yourself to other people. That is where it comes from. Comparing yourself to other people. And when you compare yourself with other people, it's like you have this very, very big log on your eye. That parable. Is it a parable? Yeah. Mtu akona a very big log, but they're not seeing it, they're seeing the speck in someone else's eye. So now for you, it is the other way around. You're just seeing so many mistakes with yourself and being so self-conscious, and no one else is even, I promise you, no one else is even noticing these things. Most of the things that we are so self-conscious about, and most of the things that in regards to, you know, the physical appearance that make you have low self-esteem, I guarantee you not, people are not thinking about you like that. So one thing you need to do is to stop comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself, stop comparing your life, stop comparing your background, stop comparing your circumstance, and just know, like, I am a unique person. Mimi kama Shikungwenyi. I am a very unique person. My fingerprints are unique, my DNA is unique, my body is unique, my vibe is unique, my energy is unique, my soul is unique. So there's no way it's supposed to look like someone else's. So every time you feel like you are comparing yourself, please just know you're supposed to be different. You're not supposed to be like other people. You're just supposed to be uniquely you. So another thing that can really help if you have low self-esteem is giving energy where giving your attention to only people who care about you. Let me expound on this, okay? So when you're having low self-esteem and when you're really going through a period where you feel like other people are better than you in whichever way, the thing that can help you to be grounded and maintain, you know, a very stable kind of mental state is to have a support system and people who just genuinely care about you. Spending time with people who care about you, you will just realize that all these small insecurities that you are feeling about yourself, they are not even true, because people who yourself with someone who cares about you, someone who you know your energy and you guys connect in a good way. I know girls, we do this a lot of times. Like when you're just feeling down, I'll just call up one of my friends. I can call up, you know, a family member and just vent and talk about what I'm feeling. And after that, you just feel like, you just feel so relieved. You know, when you talk to someone who you care about, you're venting and then they give you reassurance and, you know, they give you a different perspective from the current perspective that you're having. So yeah, that really helps, and it is something that I actively try to do anytime that I'm feeling like, and I'm the sort of person who, whenever I'm going through something, whenever like I'm feeling really sad and in niko down too, I isolate a lot. I can isolate for a very long time. And isolating and, you know, staying in solitude is just the worst thing you can do, because you're just stuck there with your mind that is just telling you all these bad things. And when you just call someone or text someone or just go outside in the sun, you know, meet people and talk to people who you really care about, you just feel like, I was really overthinking. It makes you look at whatever it is that you're facing from a different perspective. It even helps you to clear your mind and now have a very positive way of going forward, finding a solution going forward. So don't be like me. Do not isolate. When you're feeling like something is really affecting you, it is making you doubt yourself, you're feeling like your self-esteem is low, just surround yourself. Look for people who really love you and who genuinely care about you, because they're the people who are going to help to keeping, you know, boundaries and, you know, helping you to have a good positive state of mind. So another thing that really helps when you want to stop having low self-esteem is people pleasing. And I feel like, this people pleasing, I don't know, yeah. People pleasing, I've read somewhere that people pleasing is a sign of low self-esteem. So I'm just here wondering, what? Yeah, can you imagine? It is a sign of having low self-esteem, because when you're people pleasing, you really, really care about what other people think about you. And the reason why you care about why these other people think about you is because you're just comparing yourself to them. You see, it goes back to our first point, yeah? How to handle low self-esteem. So people pleasing is something that is so hard to stop. I don't know if it is possible to stop people pleasing without some form of therapy or something, because people pleasing has so many root causes. It can come from, things you went through when you were a child. It can come from, trauma and just wanting to feel loved, I guess. I don't know. People pleasing is something I'm also struggling with, but I feel like I'm better. I'm not where I was maybe at the beginning of the year. But now, when you realize that you don't have to please everybody, yeah, and you can please people on your own terms, I feel like that is one thing that can help when you are someone who really battles with people pleasing. You please people on your own terms. And what I mean by that is just putting your needs first. Because people pleasing is all about putting other people's needs before you. Like, I've reached a point where when I say no, it's no. And I am not even ashamed. So we've said now the trick to people pleasing is to please people on your own terms. That means putting your needs before theirs. So if you're trying to make maybe your partner happy, just make sure even you are happy. Like, don't just focus on them all the time. It's them, and you just forget about yourself. Make sure whatever it is that you want to give out to other people, you make sure that you're feeding it to yourself. And that is where self-love and self-care comes in. Making sure that if you want to be a loving person, you make sure you're loving yourself. If you want to be a kind person, be kind to yourself. If you want to be a forgiving person, forgive yourself. Which is now, forgiving yourself is another topic entirely on its own. Yeah. So in short, people pleasing is something we struggle with, and we just have to learn how to people please on our own terms, if that is the correct word to use. Like, please people on your own terms. It should never be at the cost of your comfort. If you're uncomfortable doing something, if you just really don't want to do it, just say no. Kwani watakupeleka wapi? Hawezi kupeleka polisi. So yeah, that is what I had for you guys today when it comes to low self-esteem. So I wanted also to talk about self-love / self-care and how it can really help you to getting rid of low self-esteem. It can help you to have high self-esteem and feeling positive about yourself. So self-love and self-care are like two very, very different things. When it comes to self-care, these are the things that you do for yourself that make you happy. Self-care, it can be in the form of maybe taking a walk every day. It can be in the form of meditation. It can be in the form of, we are in 2023, so maybe switching off your phone earlier when you get to the house. Self-care is those habits that we pick up to help ourselves feel good about ourselves, to help us, feel nice, especially about our body image. So it can include going to the salon, it can include going to the barber shop, getting a massage, getting a pedicure, traveling. If you are someone who has realized that giving back to society, that kind of thing, it really makes you happy and it recharges you, and you feel like this is something that you cannot stay without doing because the results are positive, it can be that. Like, self-care is very relative. What might work for you might not be working for me. So yeah, and now when it comes to self-love is how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself in your mind, how you keep yourself accountable, the things that are important to you that you love doing. That is now self-love. And self-love also involves being very patient with yourself. It involves being kind to yourself. It involves something that I'm really, really trying to get into, and that is forgiving yourself. I feel like I am one person. Mi nikifanya makosa, if unajua nimefanya makosa, hata mimi ninajua. Best believe I also know, and I am just beating myself up about it. Forgiving myself is something that is coming very, very slowly but surely to me. And I realize the more I am kinder to myself when I make mistakes, the more I'm kinder to other people when they make mistakes. Because you are giving what you already have inside of you, like we've said. So we've said if you want to be a forgiving person, you have to learn how to forgive yourself. If you want to be a loving person, you have to love yourself. If you want to be kind, if you want to be a respectful person, you must respect yourself. And you know, sometimes when we are talking about self-love, it also involves putting yourself first. If it does not make sense for you, then don't do it. Like, point blank, period. Don't do it. Because now why would you do something that you don't want to do, you're not comfortable doing? So a part of self-love is respecting yourself, respecting the promises that you make for yourself, respecting the boundaries that you make for yourself, respecting the kind of person that you want to be, and sticking to that, because most people don't really know the power of having some self-respect. Let me give you an example of how you can maintain self-respect in your life. If, let's say, you have decided in your daily routine, you're always going to wake up early. Like, you're going to wake up at 5, 6, regardless of kenye inafanyika, whether it's a weekday ama ni weekend. So ukiamua and you make a choice, I'm going to be waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, regardless of what happens, you stick to what you've told yourself you can do. Yeah, if you commit to the gym, stick to the gym. Because no one forced you to make this decision. Don't be out here just breaking your own heart, giving yourself promises. I'm going to start the gym, I'm going to get into a relationship, I'm going to save more money, I'm going to travel more, I'm going to, whatever it is. And you're not even doing it. So imagine if you are promising yourself all these things, ama you're talking to yourself and you're telling yourself when you're planning your life and everything else. When you tell yourself that you want to do these things, you must be accountable to yourself. Because how can you tell someone else that they are not doing what they need to be doing, and you yourself, you're just out here breaking your heart every single month? You're going to go to the gym every single month. I'm going to start doing this. Every single time you're just telling yourself, I'm going to start, and you don't even do it. So the more you are accountable to yourself, the more you make the promises you keep to yourself, the more you live and trust yourself as a person. If you're someone who struggles with indecisiveness, the more you have some self-respect to yourself, the more you are going to become a decisive person, you are going to become assertive. Because I'm someone who I know, nikisema this is what I'm going to do, I know I'm going to stick to it. Whether kunyeshe ama kukue na jua, that is what I'm going to do. And it will make you trust yourself even more. So guys, self-respect is like so important, and that is the one thing that yani no one else can do it for you. You just have to do that, and that is a battle with your body and your mind. Is that if you don't want to save that money, if you don't want to save that amount, you've said you're going to be saving, I don't know, maybe 5,000 every month, or maybe like 3,000, whatever amount it is, you've committed, you're just like, me, I want to be saving money, and you're not even saving money. So basi wache kushinda ukijiambia juu sasa. Your brain is even used to that kind of behavior. It knows, because the brain interprets patterns. It knows, in January, every 12 months, you're going to say you want to start the gym and you don't do it. So some self-respect is very important. You need to be able to do what you tell yourself you are going to do, not even for other people, for yourself. And now also some other things that have really helped me with raising my self-esteem is, like doing things for myself that make me feel, first of all, very beautiful. If it is getting makeup, if it is, dressing well, if it is, making sure that, my hair looks nice, making sure that my clothes are clean, I smell nice. Those are some of the things that gradually, those are the slow steps that help you to get to having higher self-esteem. Otherwise, most of the work is internal rather than physical, because low self-esteem comes from your mind. It really does. It comes from your mind, and it is a battle with your mind that you have to tell your mind, this is who I am and this is what I can do, and sticking to that. And just being sad all the time. No. We are all struggling with it. We try as much as possible to make sure we are not letting ourselves go to the extent of having these depressive episodes and having low self-esteem and thinking everyone thinks we are ugly, and we are not, clearly. So another thing that I really found really helps me with getting to have high self-esteem is going to therapy. And I feel like I talk about therapy a lot, labda hata mmeboeka, but therapy really helps. It helps you to become more self-aware. Unajua weaknesses zako. You know why you act the way that you act, and it really helps you to become a better person. Yeah, it really helps, because I feel like every time I talk with my therapist, for the next 3 days, I'm just on an emotional high. I just feel so good about myself. I feel so optimistic about life. I feel like now I can conquer everything. Therapy really helps you guys. And I feel like if you are an adult and you are not going to therapy, if you reach a point where you can afford it, it is good. But I'm going to link something. I'm going to link some contacts for free therapy. I have some contacts where if you want free therapy, you can really get them. They're from Safe Space Arena. I feel like they also have a YouTube channel, so you can go and check them out. She has so many resources on how to access very affordable therapy around. So yeah, I'm going to link that here. So guys, that marks the end of our episode today. I really do hope you guys have really learned something. Engage with me in the comments and just let me know your journey with low self-esteem. Tell me what you do to maintain your self-care and your self-love, So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you guys sana. Remember to follow us on our social media, on Instagram and TikTok. We are at the Conscious Mind Podcast. And just share the video, you guys. Share the video to kwe watu wengi. We are really doing, our best to make sure we are moving together and tackling the problems that the youth are facing in this generation. So guys, until the next video, see you soon.